Hey everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I'm here after seeing Transformers 1. This is a Transformers movie, but not part of the Transformers franchise, even though it is produced by Michael Bay. So maybe it kind of is, in the way that Into the Spider-Verse is also part of the Spider-Man series. I guess in that way. Before I get too far, I'm going to ask you to please, if you could, subscribe and like and do all that stuff, because I always forget until the end, and I do appreciate it, and it helps out so much. So anyway, this movie was way better than I expected. Actually, from the previews, it looked horrible. It looked really bad. The animation looked cheesy. The faces, oh, I just couldn't deal with the faces. I thought this was going to be a silly kids movie. And from the beginning, it kind of was. This is the story of Optimus Prime and Megatron when he was called D16, and it was Optimal Pax, I believe. I totally forgot what the name of Optimus Prime was before. But anyways, they are miners and they can't transform, and they're trying to find a way to rise above their station because there's a Prime looking for the Matrix of Leadership and all this stuff that if you're a Transformers fan, you've seen and heard before. And I thought, God, I just don't want to do this again. But as this movie progressed, it got so much better. The animation is actually pretty damn good. There's movement and there's color. And this does what the Transformers movies were never able to do, which is give each Transformer its own distinct personality, its own distinct voice, and you can tell them apart, right? That's huge. I get so frustrated with the Transformers movies, not just because the stories sucked, but because it was really hard to tell most of the Transformers apart from each other, so it was just a giant CGI battle. And this solves that problem because, yeah, it is totally animated, it is a cartoon, and we've got Chris Hemsworth doing his best Peter Cullen impression, and actually it's not too bad. I thought it was kind of silly and cheesy at first, but it comes on really well at the end, and I think that Scarlett Johansson is in this, and Lawrence Fishburne is in this, and there's a bunch of people. Oh my God, Keegan-Michael Key, who plays Bumblebee, even though he's not Bumblebee in this, he's badass Citron. But hey, y'all, I'm back. Something I wanted to mention, I totally forgot. This movie does present itself from the trailers as a movie about young kid Autobots and Transformers, and it feels like it's going to be a movie geared towards the younger crowd. However, I would say this is a movie probably for, I wouldn't go much lower than 8, like 8 and above. I think probably in that 10 to 15 range is going to be perfect, even though here I am almost 50 years old and I fucking love this movie. But yeah, definitely, if you have really, really young kids, there's going to be better choices for you. This movie does get long. It does get violent. It does get deep. There are some times where they call characters glitches, clearly, intimating bitches instead. Badass Citron is there. We got Transformers getting ripped apart and all sorts of stuff going on. So yeah, definitely I would say like that 8 range and up is going to be perfect for this movie. And thank you. Back to the regular scheduled program. The running joke in the movie, it's absolutely fantastic. I thought it was going to be just a kids, sort of a almost like is it not Rescue Rangers, whatever that really young skewing Transformers show is. I know my kids watched it when they were young, and so I'm watching this and I'm thinking, you know what? I really just want to go watch Transformers Prime. Like, I think that's the best animated and the best story. It's fun, but it's also kind of deep and dark in places. And as this movie progressed, I was thinking, man, this is getting kind of long. But as it gets into the second and third act, it actually it captivated me. And this is sort of like, bringing back Into the Spider-Verse. It looks better than it has any right to be. It just presents itself. It's written better. The story is deeper. And I skipped, this is one of my deepest shames, I skipped Into the Spider-Verse in the theaters because, I don't know, I just thought so many of these Marvel animated movies are terrible. This is going to be another bad one. And it turned out to be fucking awesome, right? This is another one of those movies that I am really, like, the more I'm here, the more I'm thinking, I want to see this again. I really, really enjoyed this. I thought this is absolutely fantastic. I think it sets up a second one. I thought maybe they were adding too much, or there were too many other little plot points going on, and it's not going to pull it together. And I think it does. It sets it up, and you feel good, even though I would say toward the end of the movie, when Optimus Prime becomes Optimus Prime, and he gets the Matrix of Leadership, and he gets that energy axe in his left hand. Oh, it's so cool. But then he's running out, and this is stupid. He's running out, and then the energy axe is in the wrong hand. It's in the right hand. That was a little bit frustrating. But other than that, I freaking love this movie. So where was I going with this? I was going to say, see this movie. Please see this movie. I want this movie to be successful. I want there to be more. I want to see more. I want this to get that Into the Spider-Verse sort of buzz, that word of mouth. People can start to go see it in the first week, second week, third week, keep it going, and maybe we can get more of these, because I honestly think this is the best Transformers movie that we've ever seen. So anyways, there we are. Thank you. I do appreciate you all. I'm going to ask again, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And I will see y'all after the next movie.